Hi, you're welcome today to the Comrades Chess channel, and today I want to take you through the opening traps that you'll find in chess, or you should be aware of. Let's start with the number one trap, the Ponziani opening trap. The Ponziani opening trap happens after a series of moves in the Ponziani game. So black chooses to take this pawn and the game becomes pretty deadly, and this turns out to be that black has to fight for their life. So black is soon checkmated, and that is the Ponziani trap. Yep. So let's look at the next trap, which is the Philido trap. The Philido trap happens after a series of moves in the English game from the English setup. So it's really a very amazing trap, as black is attacked and chooses to block the queen, trying to defend the pawn. But this turns out to be a very interesting game when white gives away their queen. After giving away their queen, black is easily checkmated and has nowhere to go. So that's the Philido trap. Let's go to number three. Number three is the Halloween trap. The Halloween trap happens after a series of moves in the normal opening variation of the four knights game. So white sacrifices their knight, but white gets compensation as he gets a very amazing attack. And soon or later, we see black getting into much more trouble, and soon black is checkmated as the king is driven away. So that's the Halloween trap. In number four, we have the Scotch Gambit trap. We have the Scotch Gambit trap, which happens after a series of moves from the Scotch game, as the name sounds. White gives away their knight, but in turn gets a very amazing attack. So we see that black is soon checkmated as the king tries to run away. That's the Scotch Gambit trap. In number five, we have the Scotch Gambit trap again, the second version, which also comes from the Scotch Gambit game. So this time we see black fighting for their life, but soon much material is lost and white gets a better game. In number six, we have the Reti opening trap. The Reti opening trap starts with the Reti move, which is the Reti, knight f3, and black plays normal moves until they fall for a trap, a fork from the pawn, and soon losing a piece. So that is the Reti trap. In number seven, we have the Mora Gambit trap. The Mora Gambit trap happens after a series of moves from the Smith-Mora Gambit. So we see white giving away some pawns and in turn gets some amazing strikes. But black plays a very beautiful move as he attacks black in a very amazing way. So white in an amazing way. White is checkmated, and we see that is the Mora Gambit trap. So in number eight, we see the Cambridge Springs trap. The Cambridge Springs trap also comes from the Queen's Gambit declined variation, and this is a very beautiful trap that you can see that black gets a beautiful attack. This is an odd position, but it's a better one for black, as we see black getting a piece from the attack. The Cambridge Springs trap. In number nine, we have the Marshall trap. The Marshall trap happens after a series of moves from the Russian game, which is also called the Petrov defense. So we see white taking the pawn, and everything is normal at this point until white tries to get some advantage, but soon black gets a better position after a series of some strikes, and soon winning a piece and a position. So that is the Marshall trap at that point. At number 10, we have the Damiano defense trap. The Damiano defense trap happens after a series of moves in the Damiano defense. So we see this king being attacked so quickly until a checkmate soon comes and black has nowhere to go. In number 11, we have the Englund Gambit trap. This is one of my favorite traps. I've had some games and where the opponent falls into such traps. So white takes the knight, and soon, of course, at this point, white has to lose the queen. So that's the Gambit trap, the Englund Gambit trap. In number 12, we have the Magnet trap. The Magnet trap happens after a series of moves in the Dutch defense. So black chooses to take that pawn, but white strikes back with an amazing move, which puts black in a very difficult position. After the queen sacrifice, things get very interesting when black is checkmated in style, and that is the Magnet trap. So in this part, let's first see those 12 traps, and we shall be seeing these the next traps in the next part. Thank you. Watch out for the next traps.